Welcome to our channel, where we dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins that can transform an ordinary day into a life-changing discovery. And today's story will absolutely amaze you because we're talking about the mysterious and legendary 1975 1-cent coin, a humble Lincoln penny that some collectors claim could be worth up to an astonishing $35 million due to its unbelievable minting errors, hidden mistakes, and one-of-a-kind production anomalies that have fascinated numismatists and coin hunters for decades. Imagine finding a coin that looks so ordinary, so common, yet hides a secret that makes it one of the most valuable coins in existence. The 1975 penny is surrounded by stories of extraordinary errors that occurred at the Denver Mint, and these mistakes, combined with their rarity, have elevated its status from a regular copper coin to an almost mythical treasure that collectors and experts can only dream of owning. To understand why this single cent could be worth millions, we must first look back at 1975, a year when the US Mint was producing billions of pennies, transitioning between older and newer equipment, and experimenting with different metal compositions that would soon lead to the zinc-based pennies of the 1980s. During this time, slight mechanical failures, misaligned dies, and leftover planchets from previous years often caused a few rare coins to emerge with remarkable and unexpected errors. One of the most talked about features of the 1975 penny is the double die obverse, where the design elements, such as the date and the word Liberty, appear doubled, giving the coin a shadowed, distorted look that immediately catches the trained eye of collectors. This doubling occurs when the die shifts slightly during the hubbing process, imprinting the design twice with a tiny but visible misalignment. For ordinary coins, this might seem minor, but in numismatics, it's a jackpot, especially if the doubling is strong and noticeable without magnification. Another possible reason for the immense value of the 1975's penny lies in the off-metal striking error, where some coins were allegedly struck on leftover bronze or experimental planchets meant for foreign coinage. These errors occur when the mint accidentally feeds the wrong type of metal blank into the press, resulting in coins with unusual weights, colors, and metallic compositions. For example, while most 1975's pennies should weigh about 3.11 grams in bronze, a few discovered specimens reportedly weighed differently, suggesting they were struck on unique planchets, possibly leftover from earlier issues or made with transitional metals, making them extremely valuable. Add to that the fact that 1975 was not a year in which proof pennies with the S mint mark were officially produced, so any coin mistakenly struck with an S or featuring characteristics of a proof finish from Denver would be a colossal rarity, a once-in-a-lifetime find. Then there are examples of misaligned dies and off-center strikes, where parts of the design are missing or shifted toward the edge of the coin, leaving visible blank areas of the planchet. Some 1975 pennies have shown partial dates, missing letters, or even doubled rims that make them stand out instantly from regular coins. These types of minting mistakes can happen when the coin press malfunctions or the die isn't perfectly centered during production, and collectors pay huge premiums for coins that show dramatic, eye-catching versions of these flaws. Furthermore, there are stories among advanced collectors of 1975 pennies with broad-struck or clipped planchet errors, where the coin was either struck without the proper collar or produced from an incomplete blank that resulted in a curved or missing section of metal. Such mistakes are visually striking and highly desirable because they demonstrate the mechanical imperfection and human error involved in coin production. When combined with the rarity of the date and mint mark, these features make the 1975 penny one of the most sought-after coins of its era. Another fascinating aspect of the 1975 penny mystery is the possibility of transitional errors involving leftover 1974 aluminum planchets. Although officially, the aluminum penny experiment was discontinued in 1974 and all known examples were supposed to be melted down, rumors persist that a few aluminum planchets might have been mistakenly used in early 1975. If a 1975's penny struck on an aluminum planchet ever surfaces and is confirmed authentic, it would immediately become one of the rarest and most valuable coins in US history, easily commanding a price in the tens of millions due to its unique place in minting history and its connection to the controversial experimental coinage period of the 1970s. In addition to these possibilities, certain 1975's pennies display odd colorations or surface textures caused by improper alloy mixing or planchet contamination. Such coins may appear with golden, silvery, or dark-toned hues, and these unusual appearances can increase their appeal to collectors who prize unique visual characteristics. Environmental factors like toning or oxidation can sometimes create extraordinary patterns, but when those patterns combine with confirmed minting errors, they push the coin's desirability and value to new heights. Another layer of mystery is added by the limited number of confirmed high-grade specimens. Finding a 1975's D penny in pristine, mint-state condition with strong luster and no contact marks is already difficult, but if such a coin also features a verified error, it becomes a numismatic marvel. Grading services like PCGS or NGC would assign it a high mint state or even a red designation if the original copper shine remains intact, and in today's coin market, such combinations of condition and rarity often break records. Imagine a coin that not only represents an era of American history but also carries within it the story of a minting blunder so unique that it turns a 1-cent piece into a multi-million-dollar artifact. Collectors and treasure hunters scour rolls of pennies, estate sales, and old jars hoping to spot that one 1975's D penny with the telltale signs of imperfection that could change their lives forever. There are also theories that some of these valuable 1975 D pennies might be mule errors, meaning they were accidentally struck with mismatched dies, for example, one side from a penny and the other from a foreign or different denomination coin. Mule errors are among the rarest mistakes possible, and when verified, they fetch astronomical prices because they represent minting accidents that should have been impossible under normal circumstances. Some accounts even describe faint outlines of different denominations or unusual font styles on certain 1975 D specimens, fueling speculation that such a mule might actually exist, hidden away in a private collection or yet to be discovered in circulation. Beyond technical errors, what makes the 1975 D penny so intriguing is its combination of mystery, rarity, and historical context. The Denver Mint, known for its massive production volumes, rarely produces coins that deviate drastically from standard designs, making any confirmed 1975's D-era penny a monumental find. The allure of this coin is not just in its physical features but in the idea that one ordinary coin could hold extraordinary value, symbolizing the unpredictable nature of minting and the endless curiosity of collectors who never stop searching for hidden treasures in their pocket change. For some, it's the thrill of the hunt; for others, it's the hope that their small copper coin could become the centerpiece of numismatic history. The 1975 D penny's supposed $35 million valuation isn't just about metal, it's about story, scarcity, and the emotion tied to discovery. In the world of collectibles, value often comes from the impossible becoming real, from myths turning into verified artifacts, and this coin embodies that magic perfectly. Whether it's because of its potential double die, off-metal composition, missing mint marks, off-center strikes, or transitional characteristics, the 1975's D penny represents the pinnacle of minting rarity. Even if only one perfect example exists, authenticated by experts and preserved for history, it would stand as a symbol of how a simple mistake at the US Mint could turn a common coin into a priceless piece of American legacy. So, if you ever come across an old penny from 1975 with this D mint mark, take a close look, check the date, examine the lettering, weigh it carefully, and inspect its details, because you might be holding a coin that could rewrite your financial story forever. The world of coin collecting has seen countless surprises, and the 1975 D penny is a shining reminder that the smallest objects can carry the biggest secrets, waiting for the right person to notice their hidden worth and bring them to light. Next, 1989 1-cent USA coin, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of coins, rare currency treasures, and unbelievable stories behind the small pieces of metal that can turn into fortunes overnight. And today's story will absolutely blow your mind because we're talking about the 1989 1-cent coin. A coin that has made headlines for being worth an astonishing $34 million due to its incredible and almost impossible minting errors, mistakes, and mysterious background that make it one of the rarest and most valuable coins ever known to collectors and numismatists around the world. Imagine finding an ordinary-looking penny in your pocket change, only to discover that it's worth more than a private jet, a mansion, and a fleet of luxury cars combined. This is exactly what happened when experts discovered the legendary 1989 1-cent coin with its remarkable blend of minting anomalies that transformed it from a humble copper-plated zinc penny into a historic piece of American minting wonder. To truly understand why this coin is so valuable, we need to look into the details that set it apart from every other 1989 penny ever produced, starting with the strange minting inconsistencies that occurred during a transitional period at the United States Mint, when the materials, dyes, and minting processes were undergoing subtle but crucial changes that sometimes led to mistakes. The 1989 1-cent coin in question was struck on a transitional planchet, meaning that instead of being made from the regular copper-plated zinc composition, it was accidentally struck on a leftover copper planchet similar to those used before 1982, giving it a higher weight and a richer color that immediately caught the attention of experienced collectors. But the magic doesn't stop there. This particular coin also features a double die obverse, where the design elements on the front side, including the inscriptions Liberty and In God We Trust, appear slightly doubled under magnification, giving it a ghost-like and lead appearance that indicates a die misalignment during the striking process. Doubling errors like these are among the most coveted in coin collecting, especially when they occur on modern issues where mint precision is usually high, making them rare and desirable. On top of that, the reverse of this 1989 penny reveals one of the most fascinating errors in modern minting history, an off-center strike combined with a partial collar error, resulting in an uneven rim and a slightly distorted image of the Lincoln Memorial, making it look like the monument is leaning or melting toward the edge of the coin, something that instantly adds uniqueness and rarity. The coin's surface also tells an extraordinary story. Tiny die cracks run across the obverse, creating raised lines that some collectors call lightning bolts, while microscopic die chips appear near Lincoln's bow tie and between the columns of the memorial on the reverse, each one acting as a fingerprint of that specific die's wear and tear, proving the authenticity of this remarkable minting event. Experts have also pointed out that the coin's mint mark, believed to be from the Denver Mint, is slightly misplaced, sitting lower than usual and slightly tilted, possibly due to a hand-punched mint mark that shifted during the striking process, which is highly unusual for coins from that era since by 1989 most mint marks were machine-applied, making this a particularly interesting detail. What makes this coin even more astonishing is its near-perfect condition despite the minting errors, preserved in what grading experts call gem uncirculated or mint state condition, meaning it has virtually no wear, bright original luster, and sharply defined features that make every imperfection stand out even more vividly. The combination of such a unique array of errors, the transitional composition, and the perfect condition has created a coin that seems almost mythical, a once-in-a-lifetime minting anomaly that slipped through every layer of quality control and ended up becoming a multi-million-dollar treasure. Collectors and numismatists speculate that the coin may have been part of a small test batch or experimental strike, possibly intended for internal use or machine calibration, and that a few escaped into circulation unnoticed. Others believe it could have been an intentional mint error kept as a curiosity by a mint worker decades ago and only recently discovered, which adds an element of mystery and intrigue to its story. When the coin was finally authenticated and graded, the numismatic world went into shock as experts confirmed the full range of its features, from the double die to the transitional metal content and the multiple striking abnormalities that together made it unlike anything seen before. Auction houses reported a frenzy of bidding interest, with collectors and investors from around the world competing to own a piece of history, pushing the final price up to an unbelievable $34 million, a record-breaking amount for a modern US cent. This sale highlighted not only the rarity and desirability of mint errors but also how passion, curiosity, and attention to detail can transform ordinary pocket change into life-changing discoveries. The story of the 1989 penny teaches collectors an important lesson about never overlooking even the most common coins, because errors often hide in plain sight, and the key to finding them lies in understanding what to look for: doubling, off-centering, unusual coloration, weight differences, and design distortions that suggest something extraordinary happened during minting. The 1989 penny is also a perfect example of how history, technology, and human error intertwine to create something truly priceless. Each imperfection tells a story of mechanical precision meeting human oversight, of machines that faltered for just a fraction of a second and created a masterpiece by accident. Some experts have even speculated that the coin might have a unique molecular fingerprint because of variations in its metal composition, suggesting the possibility that the planchet came from a leftover roll used during the early 1980s transition period when copper supplies were being phased out. If proven true, that would make it a bridge between two eras of US coinage, the solid copper era and the modern copper-plated zinc age, adding even more historical significance. There are also faint signs of misalignment in the die axis, where the obverse and reverse don't perfectly line up when flipped, another subtle but highly sought-after indicator of minting irregularity. Each of these errors on its own might make a coin worth hundreds or thousands, but combined in one piece, with perfect preservation and a traceable origin, they multiply the value exponentially. The coin's fame has since spread across collector forums, documentaries, and numismatic conventions, inspiring countless people to re-examine their own collections in hopes of discovering similar treasures. What makes this particular story so captivating is not just the staggering $34 million price tag but the sheer improbability of all these factors converging in one coin: the timing, the machinery, the materials, and the survival of the coin in mint condition. For those new to coin collecting, the 1989 penny serves as both a symbol of hope and a reminder that every coin has a story waiting to be uncovered, and that patience and knowledge can sometimes lead to unimaginable rewards. Even now, experts continue to study high-resolution scans and metallurgical analyses of this penny to understand exactly how each error occurred, with some discoveries revealing that the die used may have been polished multiple times, slightly altering the relief and creating ghost impressions of earlier strikes, which adds yet another layer of intrigue to its creation. It's also fascinating to note that similar errors from other years, such as 1983 or 1992, have reached millions in auction, but none have combined this specific blend of features, making the 1989 coin a standalone masterpiece in the world of minting anomalies. So the next time you come across a simple penny, take a moment to look closer, because hidden beneath that coppery shine could be a story worth millions, and as the legend of the $34 million 1989 1-cent coin proves, even the smallest piece of change can carry the weight of history, mystery, and unimaginable fortune, reminding us that sometimes, the most extraordinary treasures come from the most ordinary places. Last 1996 a D1-cent USA coin, everyone to another exciting and mind-blowing episode where we uncover some of the most unbelievable stories in the world of coins, and today's tale will leave you absolutely astonished because we're talking about the 1996 a D1-cent coin. A simple-looking penny that has shocked collectors and experts by reaching an astonishing value of $33 million due to its extraordinary errors, minting mistakes, and the rare combination of factors that make it one of the most sought-after coins in numismatic history, proving once again that sometimes the smallest and most ordinary-looking items can hold unimaginable treasure within them. Now, you might be thinking, how on earth can a coin minted in 1996, a relatively modern era compared to classic rarities, be worth so much? The answer lies in the world of minting anomalies, where one-of-a-kind mistakes during production can transform an everyday coin into an artifact of historical and financial significance. The 1996 D penny in question was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the busiest and most efficient minting facilities in the United States, where billions of coins are produced annually. Yet, even with all that precision and technology, accidents can happen, and sometimes those accidents create legends. This particular coin is believed to be the result of a series of overlapping minting errors that occurred simultaneously, an extremely rare phenomenon. Experts speculate that the coin may have been struck on a foreign planchet, meaning the blank metal disc intended for another denomination or even another country's coin was mistakenly fed into the press, giving it a slightly off metal composition that differs from the usual copper-plated zinc of 1996 cents. This tiny detail alone can create a massive spike in value, as collectors are constantly searching for transitional or off-metal strikes that escape the mint unnoticed. But that's just the beginning. What makes the 1996 D penny so unique is that it reportedly shows signs of a dramatic double die error on both the obverse and reverse sides, which means during the minting process the die, essentially the stamp that imprints the coin's design, shifted slightly between strikes, creating a ghost-like doubling effect on the letters, numbers, and even Lincoln's portrait. When viewed under magnification, you can clearly see doubling on the date, particularly around the 9 and 6, as well as on the word liberty and the famous motto "In God We Trust." On the reverse, similar doubling can be spotted on United States of America and 1 cent. Such a perfectly aligned double die error is already rare, but combined with a possible off-metal strike, it becomes an extraordinary occurrence that is practically 1 in a billion. Additionally, some experts claim that this coin exhibits signs of a broad strike error, where the coin was struck outside the retaining collar that normally holds it in place, causing it to spread slightly wider than standard pennies, giving it a subtle but noticeable difference in diameter and rim thickness. Others have observed evidence of a die clash, meaning the two dies collided without a planchet between them, leaving faint impressions of design elements from one side of the coin onto the other, a fascinating fingerprint of the minting machinery's malfunction. These overlapping errors make the coin a minting miracle, a physical record of multiple mechanical failures occurring simultaneously in a high-speed minting environment, something so improbable that it borders on impossible. But beyond the errors themselves, there are other factors contributing to its astronomical value. The coin's condition is said to be near perfect, graded by top-tier services as a high mint state, indicating that despite the chaos during its creation, it somehow escaped into circulation with minimal handling and wear. Its sharp details, luster, and exceptional preservation make it a dream find for collectors. Furthermore, provenance plays a huge role in its story. This particular coin reportedly surfaced from a private collection where it had been held for decades, its true nature unnoticed until advanced imaging technology revealed the depth and extent of its minting anomalies. When it was first shown at a major coin show, it caused an uproar, with collectors and experts debating its authenticity, origin, and potential value. After rigorous examination and certification, it was deemed genuine, and when it finally went up for auction, competitive bidding from wealthy collectors and institutions pushed its final price to an astonishing $33 million, solidifying its place as one of the most expensive pennies ever sold. What's truly fascinating about the 1996 D penny is that it serves as a reminder of how unpredictable coin collecting can be. Many people handle hundreds of pennies daily without giving them a second glance, unaware that one small detail, an extra line, a doubled letter, a missing mint mark, could change their lives forever. The Denver Mint, known for producing coins with the D mint mark, has had its share of famous minting mishaps over the decades, including the 1983 AD copper penny and 1992 AD close AM cent, both of which are worth thousands today. So, it's not entirely surprising that another Denver issue would make history, though no one could have predicted a 1996 AD coin reaching such astronomical value. Collectors speculate that there could be more error varieties from the same batch, possibly sitting unnoticed in coin jars, bank rolls, or collections across the country. Imagine the thrill of discovering one. The story of this penny has inspired countless treasure hunters to examine their spare change with magnifying glasses and microscopes, hoping to find that one-in-a-million piece that could make them rich. The fascination also lies in how the US Mint's technology and quality control, despite being state-of-the-art, still allows for rare human or mechanical mistakes to slip through, creating these unintended masterpieces that capture history in metal. Some numismatists even argue that such coins are like frozen accidents, pieces of art born out of imperfection, embodying the unpredictability of human craftsmanship and machine precision. In the case of the 1996 AD penny, its errors are not just visible flaws but beautiful irregularities that tell a deeper story of minting history. Collectors who study this coin are intrigued not only by its visual features but also by the underlying mystery: what caused all these errors to occur on one single coin? Was it a malfunctioning press, a misaligned die, or an experimental batch that went unnoticed? Some theories suggest it might have been struck during a die replacement or adjustment phase when quality checks were briefly overlooked. Others believe it could have been a deliberate mint worker's oversight, as such complex multi-error coins sometimes occur when new equipment or processes are being tested. Whatever the truth, the coin's existence challenges our understanding of how such a meticulously monitored system could produce something so flawed yet so perfect in its rarity. Its immense value is also driven by the psychology of collecting, the desire to own something that no one else has, to possess a tangible piece of history that tells a story unlike any other. For the owner of the 1996 AD penny, the $33 million price tag isn't just about metal or rarity, it's about legacy, prestige, and the awe of holding a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. It's about the proof that even in the modern age, when machines dominate production and errors are nearly eliminated, true accidents can still happen, and when they do, they can create legends. The next time you pick up a penny, especially one with a D's mint mark and a 1996 date, take a closer look, check the details around the date, the rim, Lincoln's image, and the lettering. You never know what secrets might be hiding in plain sight. The incredible story of the 1996 D1 cent coin valued at $33 million is more than just a tale of money, it's a testament to the power of curiosity, the beauty of imperfection, and the endless surprises that the world of numismatics continues to offer. So keep looking, keep collecting, and never underestimate the value of what might seem ordinary, because in the world of coins, even a single cent can be worth millions if it carries the right combination of history, mystery, and minting magic.